So I was, trying to reflect on my own career journey. In fact, I managed a large team in my corporate role. I was trying to reflect on something very, important. I found that many of my team members, they were brilliant performers as a sole contributor, as individual contributors. I could see immense potential in them. However, at the same time, I found that whenever we approach them or when we discuss with them to take up new role or maybe moving to the new location, moving into the new department, I found that, their spontaneous reaction was no. They were very much, let me put like some of them, got into panic. They really did not wanted to get into new role. And it was actually sometimes very surprising also, these people are doing so fantastically, they are doing a very good job. We can see a lot of potential in them, and but still they are resisting. And few of the things actually really, if I can reflect or if I can say which came up front. The first thing was that, they got into a trap of comfort zone. They got into a space, where they became complacent. They were doing fantastically in their current role. Everything was going fine. They were getting their increments, and they knew what they are supposed to do. You know, it was like they were putting a lot of efforts. I mean, there's no doubt about. But at the same time, many of the things become very automatic for them. Everything was on their tips. And that is why, somewhere they got into a space. What is the use of coming out of this space? Already things are going well. I'm moving well. Targets are being met. Everything is happening. And they got into a space of comfort zone. Second thing, actually, which also came very evident that, few of them had a fear of unknown. When I say fear of unknown, means that of new role, or maybe a new location, maybe a new vertical department. What will happen? Will I perform the way I am performing currently? Will I lose my position? Will I fail? So there was a lot of fear, which was holding them back. I also observed that, a self-doubt also crept into them. Self-doubt again, am I capable of doing this thing? Will I be able to do it? What is the need of, getting subjected to too many complexities? So they were into comfort zone. They got into trap of fear, fear of unknown. Will they be successful or not? What will happen to them in the organization if they don't do good? So all those things were, kind of troubling them. And specifically today in modern working environment, uh, it becomes sometimes difficult for people to take up new roles, new challenges. Having said that, I also reflected, how could I manage to get few of them out of this comfort zone or from a space of, having a fear of unknown. So what actually really worked for me? I wanted to share that. First thing was that, when they refused, I did not react rude. I did not get upset. Maybe I thought, let me understand what is going on, what is troubling the person. First thing I did, again I planned a private one-to-one meeting with a particular person. I gave that person a space, where he or she can fully express without any fear, without any fear of getting any punishment or maybe something like that, losing the role, losing the job. I said, please don't have any fear. Please express what is actually holding you back. What is the reason? And trust me, when that space was given to the person expressed fully actually what is holding, what is the reason. And obviously there are many reasons, came up. Somebody has some personal issues, not able to go to the new location. Somebody has a issue of that, I don't have a skill set, I have a self-doubt. Will I be able to do good in the new role? Or maybe somebody said, why are you moving? Sir, I'm already doing a fantastic job. Let me do it. Why you want to put yourself and myself in trouble? And many, many other, reasons came up. And during the discussion, I ensured that I talked less, I listened more. I was listening actively. That was very, very important. I was empathetic also. When I say I was empathetic, because I have also gone through the process. The person who is going through one particular challenge, as a leader, I also went through that challenge. When I was asked to move into new role or take up new role, new location, I also went through that. So I was empathetic to that person. While I did that, I also, discussed with the person what as an individual he or she can do to take up new role, or what I can do as a leader or as an organization, what can we do so that person gets motivated to take up the new role. So that was also, discussed in detail. And finally, if we say, I try to also help the person to recall what are the strengths the person has. While we discuss in detail what are the strengths the person has, I also requested to look into what are the weaknesses which are making that person to feel having the self-doubt or not allowing to take up the new role. And I also said that, weakness is not a problem. Everybody has a strength, everybody has weaknesses. The only thing what we can do best is to be mindful of whatever our strength, and we leverage on his strength, we maximize on his strengths, and we don't take weakness as the hurdle. In fact, we take weaknesses as an opportunity to grow, learn more. In case there is a possibility to overcome the weakness by learning more skills, learning new things, go for it. But don't avoid to look into your weaknesses. So what I found, when the person was given a confidential space, a space where a person can express without any fear, a lot of things came up. A lot of reasons came up what was holding that person. When one person was also given an opportunity to share what as an individual person can do, what support person needs from me as a leader or from the organization. And when person, really recalled what are the strengths, and then person was told that weaknesses are not a problem. Weaknesses are the opportunities to look into what you can do to improve upon. And lastly, the person also felt my boss, my leader cares for me. My organization cares for me. They are not in a hurry to implement changes. They're here to listen, support, and ultimately, at the end of the day, it was a benefit for the growth of the person, and ultimately, it will lead to the growth of the business and the organization. So all these things really, helped me out. If I have to sum up, in your team, you will find many people who are doing very well. They will be reluctant to take up new roles. So my request, do not be in a hurry to implement changes, to bulldoze, to take up the new role without discussing. Give them a space where they can express their concerns, what are the reasons. Give them a comfort that you are there to support them. Create a joint action plan where they can look into what action they can take up to new roles, what support you will give as a leader or as an organization. Make them mindful of their strengths. Make them mindful of that weaknesses are not the problem. Weaknesses are the opportunities to learn and grow. And when you do this, most of the time you will find that, unless and until there are very genuine personal reasons, person is not, you find that there is a success. Person will take up the new role, will grow. I will request you to share your comments in case you have also come across this situation as a leader or in your career journey. Share what has really worked for you. If you want to discuss about it further, if I can be of any support to you as a leader, if you're managing a team and as a leader you need a support, how can you manage your people who are doing well to take up new roles? Please connect with me. You can talk to me at my mobile number 9899 You can also drop me an email at rb@coachrakeshverma.com. Let's connect and see how we can support each other. Thank you very much.